good going. Real good.
Hey, welcome back. So today's ride is about getting out and doing some night riding. It doesn't look like night right now, but it will. Don't worry. It's coming. Just like all those broken New Year's resolutions. Night is gonna come, and so are they. Alright, so today it's Scott, Lance, and myself. We're out for a little rip, and right now we're just kind of burning some twilight, getting ready for the full-on dark to come. I wasn't sure about this bridge, but I really wasn't sure about this crossing here. It looks like I'm going to go through and end up getting wet feet. And I was going to go back up on the bridge until this happened.
The bridge probably. Oh. Nope.
Yeah, turns out it was frozen pretty good, and I was able to cross and not get wet feet. Anyway, we're going to explore out here a little bit further, then we're going to turn around and head back into the twilight and eventually get into full darkness. Man, it's been a good year for riding dirt bikes in the winter. Usually we're not that lucky. The snow's too deep, it's too soft, but you know what? The conditions are just right.
I wonder how it is out there if you can get around on it. Oh, you probably could.
Okay, you've seen this spot before. This is where we have groomed through and where I did take the sled out and hit one of these stumps and got pitched off the sled, but no harm, no foul. I'm okay, the sled's okay, and you know what? It's a lot of fun riding out here. And goofing around out here on the ice led us to one more thing. It just seemed like a very Canadian thing to say that you rode a dirt bike across a swamp and parked on top of a beaver lodge. And don't worry, no beaver was hurt in the making of this production. I can't say the same for Scott though.
Defeated by a bit of beaver like everything else in our life.
Alright, twilight has almost passed and it's going to get considerably darker rapidly. Just got my light kind of remounted because it came off the mount that I had just put on, but both Lance and I are running Oxbow Voyager lights, and I'm running a VSL Acerbis headlight, which has, well, it's pretty bright, but it doesn't have a long throw. The setup here is really good as long as you keep your speeds reasonable, or else you'll outrun the light. But the darker it gets, the better it is. You can certainly spend quite a bit of money putting helmet lights on that are, I don't know, you could spend $400 easily to have a really good system by Baja Designs through Moto-Minded or any of those other groups that sell some of Baja Designs lights that are intended to mount to your helmet. What we did was buy the Oxbow Voyager lights, which are pretty good, not horrible. Much better as it gets darker, of course, as you would expect, so there's some differentiation between your light sources. Scott took a different approach. And I will say, I wasn't quite sure how well it would work, but it worked actually quite well, and a little bit of research reveals that this might be a solution for a lot of people. What Scott did was grab his 20-volt DeWalt light and strapped it to his handlebars using zip ties. If you go online, you can see any number of different lights that you can put on a 20-volt DeWalt battery that would be pretty easily strapped to the front of your bike that would throw a lot of light. So there are solutions out there that are beyond picking up your Oxbows or any of those other things that work quite well.
Sorry, you said it was making noises?
What?
You said it was braking?
That was making noises.
Oh, fuck that then.
Yeah, no, I don't have the budgets that some channels would have to contrive ways to destroy equipment. So no, I'm going to keep the bike this side of the watery storage locker. So at this point we were kind of thinking about headed home, but none of us wanted to. Conditions were great. It was about -6, -7. Ground was nice and firm, so we decided to keep riding. And this is just a bit more of the loop that we did. You can see my bike is casting a bit of a shadow, and that's because Lance is tight behind me and shining light up my ass, probably just trying to motivate me along or push me into a crash to vent his frustrations from me not listening to all his great advice from the previous ride. I kid. He's probably just looking for an opportunity to pass, but we're diving back into this single track and there is no opportunity to pass, so he'll just have to loiter back there in second gear.
Is that ever fun in the tight stuff with the lights?
Yeah, it is.
It's a tunnel.
Well, you can see so much better and you're only going where
yeah.
your headlight's at. So.
It's so cool.
And just like darkness emboldens thieves, dirty slimy bastards that they are, I'm feeling a bit more brazen myself. The light allows you to just kind of focus on what's directly in front of you, and it makes it easier to follow because, well, you're just like a cat following a laser light. You're chasing it around. And hopefully, like my cat, I don't blow the corner and end up smacking into the wall, or the trees in this case. So we'll just try and keep it at a reasonable pace. Man, I love this bike. This is my 2019 XCW, and it runs really well, except for it's a little bit dirty down below in that quarter turn throttle where you can hear it garble a little bit. After that, it's great. I don't know if that's related to the code my bike's been throwing, but that's the next thing I need to look into and get sorted out because I've ignored it for about as long as I can. Anyway, this pretty much wraps us up for this video, and there's a really good one in the pipe. We do our annual run up Turtle Mountain, and there are some good antics with 9 of us riding. And I'll mention one more thing. Stand by for the Struggle Bunny Open Invitational. Open meaning anyone who wants to come that has studded tires and wants to run these trails with us is going to be invited. And we're going to base it out of here at Lance's place. And we're going to rip these trails probably day, and for those that have lights, into the night. Not sure when, that'll probably be a late March kind of thing, but stand by. Hope you enjoyed this one.